After months of relentless touring, teary stage farewells, and whispers of physical exhaustion, Jin BTS has finally been seen smiling again, not under blinding stage lights, but beneath the golden sunset on a quiet, undisclosed beach. And this time, he wasn't alone. Beside him were the 6 brothers who have stood by his side through fame, fatigue, and forever. BTS. The emotional reunion unfolded like a cinematic dream, waves gently crashing as Jin, dressed in simple beachwear and a white sun hat, laughed openly for the first time in what felt like forever. Fans around the globe melted when images surfaced on X, formerly Twitter, capturing Jin mid-laughter while splashing water at Jungkook and lounging next to Jimin on a beach towel. That smile, one army wrote, "It's not just happiness, it's healing." Sources close to the group say the beach escape wasn't planned through formal channels. It was personal, spontaneous, and deeply needed. Jin had completed his final concert in Amsterdam just days earlier, ending his emotionally intense Run Seokjin EP tour that spanned 3 continents. While the world celebrated his success, many fans had grown concerned over his evident fatigue, with blurry fan footage showing him nearly collapsing backstage and his weary demeanor during the encore stage. But on this beach, there were no stages, no microphones, no burden of perfection. Only the wind, the waves, and the sound of BTS laughing like they did in 2013 before the world knew their names. The group reportedly stayed at a hidden beachfront villa in Okinawa, Japan, a place known for its serenity and healing atmosphere. According to local sources, the members requested 0 staff and no camera crews. "Just us," Jin allegedly said. "Just this moment." Photos leaked from the beach day showed Jin and RM walking barefoot by the waterline, their heads bowed as if lost in deep conversation. Another shows Taehyung handing Jin a coconut drink, while Suga strums a ukulele in the background. Even J-Hope, who had been away filming a separate project, was seen arriving in the evening with a surprise BBQ kit. The most viral image of all? Jungkook carrying Jin into the ocean, bridal style, with Jimin yelling dramatically in the background. Fans dubbed it the real honeymoon we deserved. Armies took to social media in waves of emotion, flooding timelines with captions like, "This is the healing we prayed for," and "He didn't just rest, he returned to his safe space." His brothers. The beach trip wasn't just a vacation, it was a reset. A quiet rebellion against burnout. A reminder that even global superstars need to breathe. Later that evening, Jin posted a short message on Weverse. "I slept for 12 hours. Woke up to the ocean, Jimin made pancakes. I think I'm okay now." And just like that, the world exhaled. Because this wasn't about a concert or a comeback or a chart ranking. It was about one man beloved by millions finally finding his smile again, surrounded by the only people who truly understand what it cost to lose it. As night gently fell over the hidden cove, the once radiant sun now melted into a soft orange glow that kissed the ocean waves, casting long shadows of the BTS members laughing under string lights and swaying palms. It was no longer just a vacation, it had transformed into a sacred memory. Dinner that night was homemade and messy, the way Jin liked it. Suga grilled vegetables with quiet focus while J-Hope burned the first batch of sausages and dramatically apologized to everyone. V brought out a Bluetooth speaker playing mellow acoustic covers, and Jimin led a silly but sincere toast to the moon, the sand, and this crazy life that still lets us be together. But Jin didn't say much, he mostly smiled. Not for a camera, not for a fan, not for a press photo. It was the kind of smile that stays with you long after the laughter fades. Later, the group gathered on a deck overlooking the water. The night was silent, except for the crackle of a small fire and the soft hum of waves brushing against the shore. Jin stood up slowly, holding a glass of cold barley tea, and looked at each of them. "You have no idea," he said, voice quiet but steady, "how much I needed this." There was no applause, no screaming fans, just nods, just understanding, just the kind of stillness that heals something deeper than the body, something only those who've walked through fire together can understand. And as armies around the world scrolled through fan uploads of blurred photos, half-lit selfies, and distant beach videos, they weren't just happy to see Jin resting, they were relieved. The man who had poured himself out in Amsterdam, who nearly collapsed in exhaustion, who disappeared into silence for days, was finally breathing. A rumor began circulating on Weverse that the group would stay there for another few days, maybe even a week, before returning to their separate schedules. But it didn't matter. Because for one perfect moment, Jin didn't look like a world-famous idol or the Hyung who always had to be strong. He looked like Kim Seokjin, safe, whole, and deeply loved. And as one fan wrote under the viral sunset photo of Jin leaning against Jungkook with his eyes closed, "This isn't just a beach trip. This is the beginning of his healing arc." The next morning, long before the others stirred from their rooms, Jin woke to the sound of seagulls and the scent of ocean mist drifting through the open windows. The villa was quiet. Only the soft rustle of waves and the slow creaking of the palm trees filled the space. He stepped out barefoot, the wooden deck cool under his feet, and made his way to the beach alone. In his hand was a small Polaroid camera. There was no audience, no concert lighting, no makeup. His face, still soft with sleep, looked freer than it had in years. As he stood at the shoreline, watching the tide pull back into the horizon, he whispered something, not a performance cue, not a lyric, but a simple, vulnerable truth. "I'm still me." For so long, Jin had held up the sky for others. The big brother, the comic relief, the dependable one. But here, in this sacred silence before the rest of the world woke up, he allowed himself to just be Kim Seokjin, no titles, no pressure. He snapped a photo of the rising sun, then one of the footprints in the sand. Then, turning the lens on himself, he captured a smile that was faint but real. Behind him, distant and blurry, the villa peeked through palm leaves. A safe house. A memory in the making. Later that morning, Jungkook joined him on the shore with 2 cups of iced coffee. They didn't speak much. They didn't need to. Jin nudged him playfully with his shoulder, and Jungkook responded by wrapping a towel around his young shoulders. In another corner of the villa, RM and Suga were reading lyrics. J-Hope danced barefoot on the grass, and Jimin attempted to make omelets but only succeeded in burning toast. V was already sketching the sunrise in a notebook no one else was allowed to see. It felt like the early days again before Billboard, before stadiums, before the weight of being BTS. But it was also something more, a reminder that healing doesn't have to be loud or immediate. Sometimes it looks like sand between your toes, or tears you don't hide anymore, or the silent support of 6 people who know you better than anyone. Later, Jin posted one of the Polaroids online. The caption was short, yet devastatingly intimate. "Still healing, still trying, but I'm laughing again, thank you." And with that, ARMYs knew. Jin wasn't just resting, he was rebuilding. As the beach days melted into warm, golden memories, Jin finally sat down alone with his journal in hand. He hadn't written in weeks, not because he didn't want to, but because the words felt too heavy, too tangled in exhaustion. But now, with his skin still warm from the sun and laughter lingering in the air, he found the strength to write again. On August 19, 2025, just 2 days after the beach reunion began, Jin posted a longer letter on Weverse. This time, it wasn't a short thank you or a teasing joke. It was personal, gentle, open. "To ARMY," he wrote, "I know many of you were worried after the final concert. I could feel your concern even through the cheers. I didn't say much because I didn't want to cry on stage again, but I was tired, more than I realized. Not just my body, but my heart, too. Touring alone was both a dream and a challenge. There were moments I wanted to give up, but your love kept me going. And now, I'm finally resting. With my brothers. I'm laughing again. That's all thanks to you." He continued, revealing how the silence after Amsterdam wasn't just about physical fatigue, it was about needing to remember who he was without the noise. "For a few days, I disappeared. I didn't look at my phone. I didn't even sing, I just needed to breathe. But then, the members came. No questions, no pressure, just showed up. Like they always do. I didn't realize how much I missed being Jin from BTS, not just Jin the soloist. Fans reading the post were left in tears. It wasn't just an update, it was a confession. A gentle, raw opening of the heart. Jin was always the strong one, the funny one, the big brother. But now, in this vulnerable letter, he was human. He ended the message with something simple but powerful. I'm okay now. Not perfect, but okay. Let's keep walking, slowly, together. Almost instantly, "We love you, Jin" trended worldwide. Armies from every continent began sharing photos of the ocean, candles lit in his honor, and handwritten letters in reply. For them, this wasn't just about Jin healing. It was about knowing that he had the space, the people, and the courage to do so. Later that night, Jin joined a quiet live stream from the villa, the sound of waves still audible in the background. He smiled softly at the camera. No makeup, no performance, just Seokjin in a hoodie, sipping iced tea.